We enter the parashiot Behar Bechukotai through the eyes of Moshe Rabbeinu, as he writes in his diary about how the commandments given by the Eternal affect his soul and what consequences he sees among the people. We remind the reader and the listener that this fictional account is meant to help us better understand the teachings of the Torah through Moshe's own words. Diary of Moses, written in the Sinai desert in the second year after the Exodus from Mitzrayim, around the year 2449 from creation, during the month of Iyar. First day of Iyar. Today the Shekinah, the divine presence, fell like a cold fire inside my chest. I sat down to write the words I received today from the Eternal. The land shall not be sold forever, because the land is mine. You are only strangers and residents with me. I dropped my pen, trembling. Only a year ago we were slaves in Egypt, owning nothing, not even our own breath. And now, before we even step onto the land, the Eternal warns us about the danger of calling ourselves owners. The lesson of Behar is this: ownership can become a golden cage. When God commands the land to rest in the seventh year, He's not only protecting the soil, He is protecting our humanity. It is surgery for the ego. To force a man not to plant or gather wealth for an entire year is to make him cry out. It is not I who sustains myself, it is Him. Today I learned that true freedom begins when we trust with empty hands. Third day of Iyar. I spent the afternoon thinking about the Yovel, the Jubilee. I imagine the sound of the shofar echoing through the camp every 50 years. It is not merely a celebration, it is the sound of chains breaking. The Eternal show me that the Jubilee is the day of the great return. A man does not only regain his land, he regains himself. The deepest secret is this: the Eternal is the God of second chances. No matter how far a person has fallen, the shofar of return still calls him home. I wept while writing this. We were slaves to Pharaoh, but we do not need to remain slaves to our mistakes if we trust in return. Fifth day of Iyar. Last night I could not sleep. The warnings of Bechukotai follow me like shadows. It is not hunger that frightens me, but that terrible word, Gai, treating life as mere chance. The Eternal says, if you walk with me casually and refuse to listen to me, the greatest sin is not rebellion, but indifference, serving God mechanically and living without awareness. I realize that the punishment is not lightning from heaven. The punishment is God's silence when we treat Him like an afterthought. Holiness is not reserved for angels. It is found in the way a person treats his neighbor and his land when no one is watching. I prayed desperately that we would not become a nation sleepwalking through faith. Sixth day of Iyar. I finished writing before sunset. I have thought deeply about why an animal must wait 8 days before becoming holy. 7 belongs to the natural world, but 8 points beyond nature and beyond time. Tomorrow I will stand before the people, no longer only as a lawgiver, but as someone who has seen both the abyss and the glory. I will tell them that Behar and Bechukotai are a desperate love letter from the Creator. Do not lose yourselves in material things. Do not leave as thought, I am not here. The Torah only has meaning if it awakens compassion and changes the way we see one another. Now Shabbat begins and the land enters its rest. May the Eternal have mercy on my soul, and may it finally surrender completely to His will. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.